There's an article. This is from a website called merix.org. All right, and it's China's social credit score. Social credit score, untangling the myth from reality. All right, the idea that China gives every citizen a social credit score continues to capture the horrified imagination of many. But it is more boogeyman than reality. Instead, we should be worrying about other more evasive surveillance practices, and not just in China, argues Merrick's analyst. We should argue anything, because this social credit score thing in China is crazy, man. If you do something wrong, you're flagged up. All right, let's read a bit of it here. What if every action that you took in your life was recorded in a score, like it was a video game? If your score drops to 950, you will be subject to re-education. It is the beginning of slavery, complete control, and the disappearance of all freedoms. In China, they call it social credit. All right. These are just some of the statements made in parliamentary debates in Europe and online commentaries about China's social credit system. So they're actually trying to say, oh, well, it's bad what China's doing, but they want to do the same thing. That's why they've got companies like PT2. All right. Given the emergence of these views and the attention they attract, it must have come as a real head scratcher to many when China recently pledged that would ban the use of AI for social scoring. All right. So what are the facts in relating to China's social credit score? First, the system does exist, but it's very different than what is imagined by many critics outside China. The biggest disconnect is around the notion of scores. All right, let's try and look at this social credit score. Let's see if we can get something on here. I mean, this is madness, but this is what is coming, man. All right, let's look at it here. There you go. All right, let's try and watch this. Let's see what comes up. All right.
China has the largest video surveillance network in the world and plans to expand it to more than 600 million cameras over the next 2 years. With the rise in facial recognition and artificial intelligence, it feels more like someone is watching all those cameras at all times.
I'm in China, and I just got busted for jaywalking with facial recognition technology.
Stations like this one are part of a new plan by the Chinese government to publicly shame citizens caught breaking the law.
If you cross the street against the light, cameras with facial recognition technology will take a picture of your face, cross-reference it with your government ID, and then post it up there to embarrass you.
But China isn't embracing facial recognition just to catch jaywalkers. The technology is starting to appear just about anywhere you can imagine. It helps make menu recommendations at your local fast food spot. You can also pay for your food with your face.
Doesn't matter whether you smile or not, even though it's called smile to pay. Even if you are wearing a wig or have a heavy makeup, it will still recognize you.
It even curbs waste of toilet paper at public bathrooms.
My gift. This is all I get for the next 9 minutes. And then I come back again, I try to get more.
Chinese tech companies are now at the cutting edge of developing new and sophisticated ways to do video analysis.
Right now we're going into SenseTime, one of the biggest companies involved in developing that technology. Oh, that's me.
这个是我们的人脸识别的门禁，那它可以自动的识别人脸，然后方便员工进出。你站在门口，它很快就会把门打开。对于外来的人员来讲呢，他站在门口，门并不会打开。
So you know when someone's late?
所以我们也可以知道到底是每个人都是几点来几点走的。所以这个呢是我们的一个肢体检测、肢体识别的一个功能。这个是我们的一个会场迎宾签到的一个系统，那它可以作为你的牌子，并不需要说每次进出都需要刷卡，我们可以替代这么一个方式。这个是我们给线下做这种广告营销互动的一个平台，它可以很快的识别出你的魅力值，然后表情、戴了墨镜、欢乐值、年龄以及你的性别。那相应的，它会有一个这个颜值的一个排行榜，都可以在一个后台得到。Yeah, no.
So did you see that? All this basic, even to go to the toilet, to use a public toilet, you have to scan your face over there. And then it gives you a small amount of toilet paper. And if it isn't enough, tough, you have to come back. And once you try to come back, it wouldn't even give her more toilet paper. This is madness, man. Alright? And the EU, alright, just like in this article, they're saying, oh yeah, in the EU they were criticizing their social credit score, but they want to do exactly the same thing over here, man. Alright? This is absolute madness, But that's what it has. Remember, it says here, what? They are the spirit of devils working miracles, his technology. Alright? And you read the rest of it, Revelation 16:14, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world. So it's in China right now, but it will spread. Believe that, man. Alright? To gather them to the battle of the great day Almighty. Alright? And once these things start to happen, one of the last prophecies is World War III. Alright? That's the great that's what it means by the battle of the great day of the Most High Almighty. Alright? But they are they are the spirits of devils working miracles. His miracles is his technology. Alright? And you could say, oh well, yeah, well that's China, this, that and the other. But listen, the so-called white man made China because America used to be a manufacturing powerhouse. And it was in the late 60s, early 70s, where they signed a deal to cut down manufacturing in America. Alright, and they shipped it all to China. That's why everything is made in China. Alright, and that's why you have in America, especially down south and in the Midwest, you have all those mining and all those old factories. They're just burnt out now. They're gone. Yeah, America used to manufacture most of these things, but they don't do that no more. Alright? They did a deal and made China rich. Before, China was very poor, but now look at them. So this is the technology that they have. It's basically a surveillance state. And that's what they want. Okay? And remember, just like with Nimrod, alright, when he was building his Tower of Babel, he had other nations with him. Okay? You really believe that the Moabites, who are the Chinese in the Bible, alright, they won't sell this stuff, to other countries? They do that all the time. Okay? I mean, to use it in KFC and it suggests meals and all this madness is absolute crazy. Alright? But that's all a part of this New World Order, man. All right, and that's why they have this tower, as you know, the EU Parliament building is shaped like the unfinished Tower of Babel. All right, and they've got a message here. I don't know, where is it here? Let me go there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Europe, many tongues, different languages. All right, one voice. Now, what did the Lord do back then? He confounded their languages. All right, and stopped them making the tower. But this time, the Lord is going to send His Son. All right, to destroy this so-called white man and his New World Order, man, because he's at the pinnacle of this New World Order. Back then, it was Nimrod, all right, who was a Cushite, you know. That's why he had this Babylonian empire, all right. And when you look at that empire, that was around, what's it called, Iraq, Syria area, all right. But America and the so-called white man, they are at the pinnacle of this New World Order, all right, because they're high-minded. They, you know, they think that they can actually outsmart and outfight the Most High, which is ridiculous, which is absolute madness, man. All right, this is Isaiah 47:10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. All right. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee. See, all their technology, you know, their wizards, their witches that they go to you know, to. You really believe that a lot of these things that they do, the technology, they just think about it and it just happens? So they got people, they got spiritual leaders that they go to, witches, wizards, you know, that give them guidance, man. All right, thy wisdom and knowledge have perverted thee. Thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I am. See, they think that they are God. All right, and that's why the Lord this time is going to send His Son to destroy this place. All right, verse 11. Therefore, evil shall come upon thee. All right, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth up. Thou shalt not know whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly. All right, which thou shalt not know. All right, verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries. That's where they're getting these ideas from. Behind closed doors, they got witches, witches and wizards and warlocks. All right, that give them advice on, you know, or give them strategies on technology and all this kind of stuff. Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou shalt mayest prevail. They're not going to prevail because the Lord is going to destroy this devil, because he's trying to make out like he's a god. And Paul said that, man. All right, let's go there. You know, I need to show you a kind of this woman, what's her name? Like the entertainment industry, there's a woman, I think she's definitely she's a witch, and she doesn't even hide it, man. She doesn't even hide it, but she's high in the Satanist pyramid, man. You know, and she gives you know, a lot of advice, you know, to these illuminated ones and so forth. All right, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. All right, I'll start at verse 3. All right. Let no man deceive thee by any means, that they shall not come, except thou shalt be a falling away first. All right, and we did fall away. We fell away in 70 AD. 65 AD, we had wars with the Romans. 70 AD, they got us out there, man, and destroyed the temple. All right. And the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Perdition means destruction. Verse 4, who opposeth and exalts himself above all that is called God. All right. Or is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. All right. Now, who's that, man? Who's trying to play God around the world with all this, technology? You know, who's the one that whitewashed all the prophets in the Bible? Yahushua himself, trying to make out that Cesare Borgia is Yahushua. You know, the Chinese didn't do that. The so-called white man did. So he's that son of perdition, of destruction, and all of this stuff that he's doing. All right, he represents one thing: death, destruction. And here's another good example, man. All right, this is that same company, Palantir, and this is one of their adverts. Take a good look. So remember what you saw earlier on. This AI system basically has been years in the making. Don't think that they had that film. What's it called? Minority Report. Minority Report. And notice it was called Minority Report. You know, Minority Report, and it was pre-crime division. Who is this? All this AI structures and all this technology. Who's it against? It's against the minorities and mainly against you Israelites. Who are they deporting? And they're using Palantir software. I showed you that in the clip. Who are they deporting? All right, the Northern Kingdom and some of the Southern Kingdom. All right. But it's them now. Then it'll be political dissidents. Then it'll be people like us, etc. Anyone that doesn't comply with the government, or anyone that the AI says that will be trouble, they'll take them out. All right. And if you don't believe me, they've been using it in Gaza. Now let me just show you this first, and I'll come back. This is an advert from Palantir. All right, I'm definitely not subscribing to their channel. See that, man? And this is from there. Look, this is their channel. It's not mine. Look, Palantir. Look, not mine. Comments off. All right. So this software system can detect enemies, man. All right. And I know that Israel has been using this as well. It might not be them, but they've been using some technology. All right, AI bombing. All right, to do what they've been doing in the Gaza Strip. It's been doing it by computer. All right, there you go, man. Wow, this is crazy. All right. Let's see here. All right. The Bible says that we have to know. We have to not be ignorant to Satan's devices, man. All right, let's go here.
When we used to gather, like at the end of the day, how we used to talk. My home was like a normal home, the simple daily details that everyone has.
Hiba lived here in northern Gaza. Her family evacuated on October 11th, 2023. By February, she learned her home was no longer there. She talked to me from a friend's home in Rafah in southern Gaza.
We received a picture of our house and we weren't shocked. We had down there like a place where we have trees, we have flowers planted.
Hiba didn't know exactly why her home had been destroyed. But over the past few months, Israeli journalists have found that much of the destruction in Gaza since the attacks of October 7th has been enabled and often directed by an artificial intelligence system.
The promise of AI generally is a promise in two respects. One is swiftness and the second is accuracy.
The whole dream of AI is that it would offer these precision strikes.
But after over 34,000 Palestinians killed, compared to just over 1,400 in Israel's 2014 war in Gaza, it's clear something different is happening. So what does AI have to do with it? To get some answers, we called a couple of AI experts, reporters, and investigative journalists.
See, I'm not going to go too much into it, but they've been using AI to bomb Gaza. So this is some wicked shit, man. All right? This is what this is Satan's devices, man. All right, this is his hang on, let me get that. All right, this is Satan's devices. All right, and that's why, you know, the only protection is this truth, nothing else. Nothing else really matters, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, we have to do things and all that stuff. But, you know, the odds, you know, like if you're a betting man, the odds of going, even when all hell breaks loose, even going from your house to a safe place with all this wickedness and, you know, this evil and this technology that this devil has, you know, is very low, unless the Lord has that spiritual hedge around you. All right. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us. All right. If I have an advantage over you, that means I have something over you. You know what I mean. If we're having a fight and stuff, and it's just me versus you, but then if I have a club, that means that, and you don't have no weapons, I have an advantage over you. All right. For we are not ignorant. Ignorant means not to know of his devices. All right. His devices. All right. And you go to devices. All right.
Strong's G 3540. Naima.
Greek is naima. All right. Naima, which is a mental perception, a thought, an evil purpose. See, there's an evil purpose to his devices. All right. A evil purpose, a mental perception, a thought, an evil purpose. All right. So the technology is not bad, but it's the people that are in control of the technology. All right. They are wicked. All right. So therefore, they have what? An evil purpose. You know? Simple as that, man. And believe that's why we need that hedge of protection. You know? One last scripture and I'll put it to a close because I didn't want to make it too long, but there was just certain things that I remembered that we should have gone in, I wanted to show. And sometimes you get carried away and all that kind of stuff. And there's certain things I wanted to bring out, you know. But there, this is telling that this film is called Minority Report, you know. So we know that they're going to come for us, all right. And it says that in the scriptures. Okay, now, there's one thing I wanted to show actually. Let me go back. There's something I wanted to explain. There you go. Oh yeah, let's go back to Genesis. Let's see here now. Now, we know that the whole purpose is to get. They want everyone on the planet Earth, this sick, twisted, so-called New World Order, this new Tower of Babel that they want to try and do this New World Order. One of the things that they want to do is obviously lower the population, all right? And the Georgia Guidestones shows you that, but also they want to get everyone chipped, all right? The MOTB, Revelations 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, all right? Alright, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark. So you won't be able to buy or sell save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 600. 66, which is what? 666. And we know what that is. We know that that is the RFID chip. Alright. And it's out there. We can do this all day, man. See, look, there you go. I just put RFID chip. See, why would you want it in your actual body? You know? So that's the end goal of this New World Order. That's the end goal of this revised Tower of Babel. Is they want to enslave everybody. They want to cut the population down. They want to enslave everyone. You know, they want to have this system where no one could buy or sell. So, you know, unless you have this mark, all right. And you're seeing the examples here. All I put is RFID, and you're seeing the examples here. All right, see, RFID implants. See, and what it reminds me of, and one of the brothers put it out, which is good, which is beautiful, is a bridle. All right. Now, if you look at a bridle, all right, a bridle is one of these things that you put on a horse. All right. You may put these things on their eyes as well, so they don't look left or right. Okay. All right. But a bridle is, and I'll show you here. All right, a bridle is a headgear with which a horse is governed, and which carries a bit and reins. All right, a length of line or cable attached to two parts of something. All right, such as a ship, to spread the force of the pull. So when you look at a bridle, is this here. So when you go on a horse, all right, you can control that horse. So you sit on the back of the horse, all right, you sit on the back of the horse, and now this is the bridle. Now you can yank that bridle, all right, and you have complete control over that horse, all right. You know, you can put your legs, you know, tap your legs, and the horse will go. If it's going too fast, you can yank the bridle back. It's total control. All right, it's total control over that horse. That's what they want with this chip. All right, you take it, you will be like a horse. You'll be totally controlled. You know, they'll control you with it. All right. And all right, you might take it and you might say to yourself, okay, now I can buy and sell. Now I can eat. The government starts, and we said this the other day, all right, you might give in, and you take it, and the government will give you credits on your chip, all right, and they say, oh yeah, you can go to this shop and you can buy food, and it could be shit burgers, man, or worm burgers. I mean, we're gonna, it sounds mythical. It sounds like they wouldn't do that. Are you kidding me? These people want to get rid of people. All right. Look at the Georgia. Yeah, the Georgia Guidestones. All right, the Georgia Guidestones, which are gone now, but it was like a mocking the commandments, right? And one of the passages said, keep humanity under under 5 million. Under 500, yeah, I think, there you go. See, look, there you go. Now, it's gone now, alright, but it was there for a long time. And it said, maintain humanity under 500 million. Alright. So hang on, there's 7 to 8 billion people on the planet. And we don't really know how many people's on the planet. The only person that knows is the Heavenly Father. Because he gives life and he takes life. Alright. He's the one that knows. Alright. But that's how much people they want. Okay. That's how much people they want gone. So this is not a game. Alright. So in that day, yeah, they could alright, you can eat, buy and sell, but you'll be like a dumb horse. Alright. It'll be like having a bridle on you. You'll just be you'll just be a robot. And we should be willing to die. Rather than take that chip, man. Okay? Because there's many of the elect are not going to take it. Okay? Let's end with that. So, oops. It's Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw the thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. Alright, and I saw the souls that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High. So there's many people, the elect is going to die for this word rather than taking that MOTB, and which had not worshipped the beast, alright, neither his image. So the beast, alright, not worshipping the beast, which is this wicked place, especially America. America is at the head, is at the pinnacle of this revival of this Tower of Babel. Even the president's car or what's it called? Limousine is called the Beast. Look it up for yourself. Alright? Neither his image, which is the infrastructure that they're building, like you saw in that clip with China. Alright? Neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. Alright? Which is the RFID microchip. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. And that's going to be the first 1,000 years in the kingdom. So there's many of us that are not going to take it. And Lord willing, I'm of the elect. I'm one of them. Alright? But the ones of you that take it, you're just going to be like a horse with a bridle on, man. You're going to be a robot. They can do what they want. If you don't do what they tell you to do, they could turn a frequency up on that on that chip, burst it, and it might have cyanide in there, and you just drop dead. You know. All right. So there's a hell of a lot of reasons not to take it, man. And one of the reasons not to take it is faith, man. All right. Because without that, it's impossible to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're gonna end on that one, actually. Hebrews. So it's just history repeating itself, man. But it's worse because now they've got the technology that the old tyrants didn't have. All right. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. All right. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. All right. So that's what we have to do in this truth, so we can have that protective hedge around us, and that the Spirit of the Most High won't allow us to cave in, man. You know, and take that MOTB. But there's a lot of shit coming down the pipeline. All right. So listen, I pray you were edified. I'm sorry it went on so long, but to the next lesson, Shalom.